Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update, sponsored by Tax Network USA, America's #1 choice for tax resolution. Please go to tnusa.com/bill or call 800-245-6000. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Friday, October 25th, 2024, 10 days until the election. Here's what's happening today in America. Early voting records, campaigns in Texas, Menendez brothers parole, and largest building ever. That's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, Bruce Springsteen joined Obama at a Kamala rally in Atlanta yesterday. Beyonce will join her on stage tonight. Will any of this make a difference? Mark Halperin said Kamala Harris's performance at the CNN town hall was the last straw for a lot of Democrats. There's no more. The more she does it, it gets better. Her performance last night is considered in Democratic circles to be a disaster. Early voting totals are breaking records everywhere. In Pennsylvania, 11.5% of Pennsylvania voters have voted already. Of the 1.78 million who requested a mail-in or absentee ballot, 1 million have already turned theirs in. Remember, voting early clears the way for the campaigns to not focus on you on Election Day. The campaign can instead focus their limited time and money on low propensity or undecided voters. I've been told by a campaign that voting early can save the campaign $88 to not knock on your door. So save your favorite campaign money and vote early. Both candidates are in Texas today. Kamala for a rally with Beyonce and Willie Nelson, focused on the state abortion ban. The lieutenant governor said Harris's trip to Texas is one of the dumbest political decisions I've ever seen. He said, "I'm glad she's spending the day in Texas instead of campaigning in swing states. I hope she stays longer." Ted Cruz, who's running for Senate, said border czar Kamala Harris can come all the way to Houston, where Jocelyn Nungare was killed by Venezuelan gang members that she led into the country. Trump's also in Texas. He's there to tape an interview with the #1 podcaster in the country, Joe Rogan. Due to the awareness from a successful Netflix documentary, the LA District Attorney has recommended the resentencing of the Menendez brothers. Each are serving a life sentence without parole in San Diego. The LADA wants them to be resentenced 50 years to life, but because they were under the age of 26 when they committed the murder, that means they would be eligible for parole immediately. They've been in jail for almost 35 years. Construction has begun on what will be the biggest building in the world. It could fit 20 Empire State Buildings in it. It's called the Mukaab. It will stand 1,300 feet tall, which is almost as tall as the Empire State Building, but it's also that many feet wide. Of course, it's in Saudi Arabia. I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. Bill O'Reilly has your message of the day. Next.
Did you know every day is a perfect day for peace of mind? With American Home Shield Warranty, you are covered for unexpected breakdowns like leaky faucets or faulty water heaters. Choose a plan that fits your budget and rest easy knowing repairs and replacements are taken care of. Simply contact American Home Shield when an issue arises, and their trusted pros will handle it according to your coverage. Don't let worries about appliances and home systems weigh you down. Celebrate the reassurance of protection. Don't worry, be warranty. For 20% off plans, visit ahs.com/bill. For more details, see ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including limit amounts, fees, limitations, and exclusions. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Friday, the face of desperation on display for all to see. The Trump is Hitler stuff, beyond anything I've ever witnessed in a presidential campaign. And now Kamala Harris herself is peddling that propaganda. I believe most Americans are not haters and understand the political play that is being made. The vice president's vision is muddled, her record fairly weak. Donald Trump has some momentum. So let's summon up the essence of evil to hurt him. Adolf Hitler. President Trump governed without a trace of fascism. He did some things well, some not so well. But the Constitution was in force as he made presidential decisions. The election aftermath, 2020, is a different story. and Americans have a perfect right to form opinions on it. Mr. Trump's posture is now part of the historical record, and it has hurt him. Nevertheless, he's running slightly ahead of Kamala Harris, and that would not be the case if Trump were an actual threat to democracy. Most Americans aren't stupid. That also means they're not buying the Adolf stuff. In fact, the backlash against vicious propaganda could very well hurt Ms. Harris, who is now actually supporting the hate squad. In the end, it comes down to people believing what they want to believe. But if you think Trump admires the German mass murderer, you are a complete moron. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Now let's go to the mail. Tom Jersak, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Bill, you stated that Harris has no power in the Biden White House. She cast a deciding vote in the Senate. Tom, I said she had no policy power, okay? Everybody knows who follows government that she has the tiebreaker vote. That's not policy. Karen Vargoshi, Hardyville, South Carolina. We've been tuning into all of your election coverage, O'Reilly. And although I voted Democrat in the past, I'm leaning toward Trump. I'm concerned as how much power the president has in decisions that affect the U.S. population as a whole. Can a president make major decisions without approval of Congress? Sometimes. Executive order. That's how Trump sealed up the border with Remain in Mexico. And Biden, executive order, took it away, and that's caused the open border. So, president has power. Got to elect who's going to look out for you. Brandon Pensil, Naples, Florida. I have a question I'd like your thoughts on, Bill. Why can't the President of the United States, hopefully Donald Trump, establish a new division within the government that fact-checks mainstream media and all news sources? For what else? You got a First Amendment. So fact-checks for what? They could do it, and the parties do spit out stuff every day, but it's not going to lead anywhere. Douglas Daniels, Boston, Massachusetts. What are your sources saying about a big bombshell that's going to be released about Trump? Number one, I didn't say anything about a big bombshell against Donald Trump. I didn't say that. Mark Halpern said that. I don't have any sources. I don't know anything about it. I don't think it exists. Okay? But if it does, I'll report it. In a moment, something you might not know. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. America is at a breaking point. Record inflation, interest rates, debt. The last thing we need is more reckless government spending and higher taxes, and they could happen. Plus a hit to your retirement savings. So protect your savings with American Hartford Gold. They'll help you secure your retirement by diversifying with physical gold and silver. Start with a simple phone call. They'll guide you through the process. Even deliver gold and silver right to your door, or place it directly in your IRA or 401k. Don't wait. These safe haven assets can protect you in an economic crisis. Call or text American Hartford Gold today. Tell them O'Reilly sent you to get up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 877-444-GOLD. 877-444-GOLD Gold or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Election day coming up fast. The contest between Trump and Harris may go down as one of the closest in U.S. history. However, the race has many similarities to the 1960 showdown between John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. Here are a few. First, the debates played a major role. Prior to the first exposition between JFK and Nixon, the two candidates were locked in a tie. During the debate broadcast, Nixon appeared irritable and sweaty. Kennedy looked calm, tanned, and rested. Public opinion turned his way. Now, this summer, the debate between Trump and Joe Biden was so catastrophic for the president, he was forced to drop out of the race. In addition, the 1960 election was centered on economic growth and foreign policy, the same as today. Voters here are focused on Ukraine and Israel. Back in 1960, it was the growing Cold War. On November 8th, 1960, JFK took the White House with 49.7% of the popular vote. Nixon got 49.6%, the closest ever. However, JFK won 303 electoral votes. 219 went to Nixon. The race was decided in similar swing states as today: Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Michigan, North Carolina, and Nevada. At the time, many believed Kennedy stole the election through systematic fraud. Despite credible accusations of meddling by the Democratic mayor of Chicago, the mafia, and even the Ku Klux Klan down south, the vote was certified. And here's something else you might not know. Richard Nixon's traumatic loss to JFK changed his future. The Republican launched another presidential bid 8 years later, but refused to appear in a debate with his opponent on TV. Nixon ultimately defeated Democrat Hubert Humphrey in November 1968. Televised presidential debates returned in '76, have been held in every campaign since then. For more fascinating stories about JFK, Nixon, and all the presidents, please consider my book, Confronting the Presidents. Back after this. Are you feeling the impact of recent timeshare industry changes? Now more than ever, the costs of timeshare ownership far outweigh the benefits. My friends at Lone Star Transfer are the only company I trust to help you get out. Our listeners' positive feedback demonstrates why I've supported the company for years. For more than a decade, they have helped over 20,000 owners get out of the timeshare. Their exclusive options can help you get out faster and easier, more than any other option in the country. They are the only company that will give you a written guarantee and release you from your timeshare in a specific time frame. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews, customer service is their top priority. For free consultation and a guaranteed solution, please call 855-551-7066. That's 855-551-7066, or go to LoneStarTransfer.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.